Global Famine Dream Vision, the 3rd of April 2021. I had the following dream about a global famine that is going to take place. I included it in the previous video, but due to the seriousness of the event I have decided to make this video and explain the dream fully. In the dream, I was shown that I must look back at newspaper headlines from 1920 and 1921. Initially I thought it was about the Great Depression and was looking for headlines from America about mass starvation. Now I put the video up online before doing the research. I just wanted to get the info out there. Now that I have come back and analyzed the events in 1920 and 1921 with the headlines, I am in a better position to explain the dream fully. In the dream, I was shown there is going to be a major global food famine. I was told in the dream to look at newspaper headlines from 1920 and 1921. I began looking for the newspapers. The dream told me that what happened during this famine a century later is going to now be on a global scale. So I searched and found the headlines. The famines were in Russia and Ukraine by the communists. This is very interesting because I maintain this what we are going through right now is the communism that rises in the West that the seer warned us about, and the dream showed me that this time it is going to be on a global scale. The death toll of the famine in Ukraine and Russia amounted to between 5 and 8% of their populations. In other words, we can take the entire world's population and figure out the death toll based on the dream should this famine begin. The world population is roughly 7.6 billion. If 5% of these people die due to starvation, we are looking at a global food famine of 380 million people. Now I think it will be higher than this. With the global supply chain messed with people dying on this scale, there will be diseases which will further add to the toll. One estimate I came up with is that we are looking at a famine which will take about 750 million if this dream plays out. I know the message is not a positive message, I know it is a very depressing message, but nonetheless, I am simply the messenger. Now the Almighty God of Israel is always faithful, the Almighty always feeds his flock. This message is for you, South Africa, the Almighty's bride beyond the rivers of Cush. Food is going to be the new gold. Should this dream fulfill, it will be part of a vision I had in February 2016. In February 2016, when the Almighty God of Israel told me to write and showed me many visions, I was shown a clear vision of South Africa. You South Africa will come to possess all your enemies, the Almighty is sending them to you, your foot will be on their necks. You will rule them like an iron rod. They shall be your servants and you shall lead them back to the one and only true God. You are their future, their salvation and life shall be from your hands, and your faithfulness will be poured out as a blessing onto those who seek the Almighty. When the famine hits the world, you South Africa, you Boers, you Afrikaner and English farmers will be a last beacon of hope. It is through this vision and dream vision that you will be at the forefront of the God's plan for his people. Through your preparation, through you being told this vision before the world hears about it, you will be in a position to plan. Like Joseph in Egypt, who told Pharaoh about the coming famine, so you have been told about the famine. It is your duty to feed the flock and prepare. The Almighty did not only show me that there would be a massive global famine, but I was shown what the signs would be. There are two signs. The first sign is an increase in price of sugar and wheat. When you begin to see that sugar and wheat begin to increase in price, you are at the start of the famine. When the price of sugar and wheat begin to rise, there is another sign. The second sign. The second sign is that when wheat and sugar increase in price, look at the other commodities. I saw the other commodities, all of them. Every single listed commodity, I saw them to begin to rise in price. Sugar and wheat will lead in price increases, and as soon as they rise, a commodity boom will begin to take place. I saw on the price chart that as sugar and wheat rise in price, soon the currencies, your money will not be able to keep up with the inflation which is coming. People will not be able to afford food. This could very well play into what I heard about Japan's economy is about to crash. Japan is an importer nation which relies on commodities. If commodities increase in value, the Japanese economy will suffer. So to you, dear nation, I bring this message. You are the first to hear it, you are the first to prepare for it. Through you shall the blessings be poured out onto the other nations, and many of the nation's former enemies will become your subjects. The global famine is going to hit. You have been given a sign: wheat and sugar prices. Prepare, you have a head start. I have a feeling the famine will last between 2 and 4 years and possibly longer. For those of you who do not have a farm, I suggest you do not plant roses or any exotic flowers. Prepare, buy seed. If you have a large yard, stock up on chickens, and if you have some small holding, prepare. This is going to be on a global scale. It will be the same famine of Russia and Ukraine, but will be throughout the world. I was thinking after the dream, why would sugar or wheat become so expensive? The thought came to me that sugar and wheat are in everything. Your cereals, your meat, fast foods, staple foods all contain an element of sugar and wheat. Pastas, sauces, just about everything has wheat and sugar in them. If there is a brewing war, these items will be bought up by the armies in preparation to feed soldiers. Nations fearing supply issues due to war will not be exporting their food. Russia, ironically, is one of the largest wheat suppliers, so it will be interesting to see where that fits in with Russia. The commodity boom will also make Russia a lot stronger, which the West cannot afford to let happen. It means South Africa will also be doing better, but with the economy in the hands of the communists, do not expect a share in the boom. Food will be more valuable than the other commodities. This is a dream vision for you, South Africa, to prepare. If you prepare now, you can and will be ahead of the nations. It is no coincidence I was shown this for the nation. I know the message is not a positive one. I do not choose what dream vision I have, and commodities, sugar, wheat were the furthermost thing from my mind. Prepare nation, prepare leaders. For those of you who hear the message, pray to the Almighty in spirit and seek God to find the truth. I believe you will see the signs not too far off when sugar and wheat begin to rise. Sugar and wheat, watch the prices carefully. When they begin to shoot up in price, it's getting too late in the day to prepare. You must prepare now while you have time. By the time they begin increasing in price, I saw it was too late and commodities will boom. There is going to be a huge commodity boom. This also should tell us the stock markets will not be doing well at all. You will need to prepare food and to make sure you're out of your currencies, because I saw the currencies will devalue. People's currencies will not be able to keep pace with the coming inflation and food prices. This is the start of the global famine. Praise be to the God of Israel for revealing this. I pray that those who hear this message, whether in South Africa or throughout the world, have discernment and prepare before it is too late. You have been sent the message, prepare. As Israel was saved through preparation by Pharaoh in ancient Egypt through the hand of Yahweh on Joseph. So you, dear nation, will be a beacon of light and hope to Israel once more when problems begin in Europe. Prepare, O nation, prepare. Time is of the essence. Give glory to the Most High, and may the Almighty God of Israel, Yahweh, be with you, nation.